The controversial chef has posted a meme that includes a depiction of a neo-Nazi symbol. To make matters worse, this was a mistake because when this was pointed out to Evans, the flyer is wearing a black sun symbol. Evans replied, someone that. Evans believes he is not dangerous. He is just creating awareness and asking people to wake up. However, the image is asking his followers to be cautious of the COVID vaccine being created currently. It's basically an anti-vax message drawing attention to RNA, which is technology that apparently changes your DNA forever. Pete believes the vaccine draws large comparisons to Nazi Germany, suggesting the government and globalists are planning something more sinister. Look, of course, it's led to claims that Evans is a Nazi sympathizer and he has created probably some major headaches for his new employer, which is Channel 10. So a lot of people out there have been discussing this, a lot of people talking about it. We can 100% confirm that Pete Evans is currently in northern New South Wales getting ready to shoot I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. He is one of the contestants on the show. I want to jump in and say, whilst there is going to be a bit of a headache created for Bev McGarvey, who's the Channel 10's chief content officer, I will say I'm a Celebrity is a family-friendly show. So Pete Evans on this program will be shown in a family-friendly manner. And Pete Evans, once being produced correctly, I think will be good entertainment. I think that 10 will not show anyone some outrageous anti-vaccine type behavior from Pete Evans during the show. I think we may see some slight interactions with him and some of the other contestants about some of his theories, but there will be a massive duty of care. So look, Pete Evans is going to be on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. It's going to happen. Nothing's going to stop that. I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be handled correctly. So all the dangers of him being whatever with his conspiracy theories and his QAnon and all that sort of stuff, I just don't think we're going to see it. So, boys, I want to ask you this question, and I think it's a fair question, and that is, PG Pete Evans, is he a good contestant on I'm a Celebrity? That's what we need to ask ourselves.
Well, I was going to... That's what I was thinking that whole time there, Ben. It was... If we're not... I think Pete Evans, the chef, is kind of gone now, and I'd like to know what you both think, but Pete Evans, the chef, is... that's kind of second level now of who Pete Evans is.
Who was likeable as a chef.
That's right, exactly, yeah. But if you put Pete Evans on now, where we know this is what Pete Evans is, why? I guess I'm kind of asking the same question. I don't know why you'd put him on, because his whole celebrity now is the crazy stuff.
Well,
I'm at a loss, and
obvious, isn't it?
And I agree with Ben. Yeah, sorry.
Isn't it obvious that Channel 10 are saying, controversy worked for SAS with Chappelle Corby. We'll do controversy. We'll get Pete Evans on. Couple of things. Yeah. Can you bring up that close-up of the logo? This logo is the Black Sun, and that's in the butterfly. It was developed by Heinrich Himmler. Quite literally, one of the most powerful men in Nazi Germany. He played an instrumental role in the Holocaust. This Black Sun was also used in the manifesto of the Christchurch shooter. Now, for the fact that Evans knew what that symbol was, it's one thing if he says, I didn't realise I was more liking the photo because it showed change. Good message. People evolve and people change. The fact that he acknowledged, Ben, that this was a neo-Nazi symbol, I think that's really, really concerning. We faced a backlash.
I think it is... I know, but it is concerning. Let's just talk about this, because I feel like sometimes I'm talking like I'm on the television or something, and instead of talking like that, I should just talk like a normal person. And at the end of the day, he is Pete Evans, and he is going to be competing and raising money for a charity, right? So they've cast him on this show. We've seen with someone like Chappelle Corby, who is quite controversial. She's a criminal. She was tried and tested criminal. She was on SAS, and Australia tuned in to watch her. And it just goes to show you that Australians are interested in conversation. We're interested in getting to know people, good or bad. And that, at the end of the day, is good television. So,
yeah, but the difference is Chappelle Corby had a narrative and a role of redemption. Pete Evans never answers a bloody question. His interview on our show was a joke. He didn't answer one question straight. Even when I said to him...
He was offended. Rob, he was offended. Can I just say he was offended because we asked him straight off the bat about whether he would ever have a television career again, and he was straight off the bat put in. Yeah, but he was put it like when we have people on the show, we've never in the history of the Ben, Rob and Robbo show started the segment with an attack on a guest, and regardless as to who Pete Evans is.
That wasn't an attack. My first question was, Pete, you're a controversial figure. And he said to me, I'm not a controversial figure. Why do you think that? And it's like, are you kidding me? Like, seriously, I gave this guy the benefit of the doubt. I went on social media and defended the fact we were putting him on. And the interview made us look like idiots because he came on, couldn't even accept the fact that he's a controversial figure. Whether you agree with him or not, it is not outrageous to call him a controversial figure. That's complete BS from his part. Robbo asked a question about whether, after everything that's gone on, he sees himself with another role on TV, to which point he takes offence at that. Well, I'm sorry, Butterfly, if you want to go and preach everything, you've got to be able to take questions. The idea that he was offended by our questioning, oh my God, we didn't go tough on him. I genuinely wanted to know what he believed in and what he stood for, and he was just a complete dick. He didn't give anything, and he just, it was a waste of time, and we copped a lot of crap over that interview because we put him on. I think this is really dangerous. I think this is really dangerous for Channel 10. I think what they've done is they've seen the headline of Chappelle Corby and they've used the wrong person. I think Pete Evans is dangerous. I think they're going to face a complete viewer backlash, and he's not going to give a straight answer while he's on that show. Pete Evans, the chef on My Kitchen Rules, likeable. Pete Evans, the conspiracy theorist, is a complete loon, and I think the fact is I now regret putting him on our show, and I actually do wonder whether this goes against every fibre of my being. I do wonder whether we need to deplatform him because he is getting dangerous. And Robbo, I know this goes against everything we've talked about in today's show, but I'm genuinely getting worried about the influence of this guy and how he's infecting minds. It's one thing to be an anti-vaxxer. He's accusing our governments of being Nazis. He's putting Nazi symbolism on the internet and thinking that's okay. It's not okay. You know, like, this is absolutely ridiculous, and I genuinely think Channel 10 need to have a good, long, hard think before they shoot this series and putting me in. I know you said, Ben, that he's there and he's about to go in, but I'm genuinely...
Filming starts tomorrow, guys. Like, I think filming starts tomorrow, guys, and I know I'm going to get into a lot of trouble with this, but I just want to say to you guys, like, you know, look, this is going to go ahead, and just remember, with taking all the controversies of him on social media and some of his beliefs, he was really good at Channel 7 as a presenter.
He was great.
He was really good. So then I know this is going to be a hard to get to moment, but like, we are going to see the PG version of Pete Evans. Is this going to extend him out? He has a higher reach to sprout his nonsense later on? Probably, but then can't we all just have our balance and just, you know, when we see Pete Evans and he's not for us, we just press delete? Like, as in, I think we are stupefying people when it comes to who's making the decision about what you see. And I said this to you guys earlier, I'm not at the point where I feel like we should deplatform everyone because we believe there's too many stupid people that are going to fall down a hole.
I just think it's bad casting. Further to what Rob said, it's just bad casting. So we're not going to see the likeable chef because that's not there anymore. We're obviously not going to see the QAnon stuff, the Nazi stuff. They're not going to let that go to air. So why is he on there just to get headlines that, oh, this crazy guy, Pete Evans, is going in the jungle?
There's more to Pete Evans. There's more to all of us. In the world that we live in, there is more to us.
I'm a celebrity. Get me out of here. He's going in there not as a normal person, but because he is a celebrity. Now, why is he a celebrity? He used to be a chef on a show. Now he peddles QAnon, Nazis, anti-vaxxing, all of this kind of stuff, changing DNA. That's what he is now. Now, well, that is all it is to Pete Evans, especially on a show called I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, isn't it? Like, I'm confused that the whole reason we're watching these people is because they're a celebrity, loosely celebrity, in a jungle situation. Like, what are we going to see of Pete Evans when he can't talk about all this stuff? What is there to him?
Because there's more to people. No, there's more to people than you just trying to box him into those things. And I get it. I'm on the wrong side of this, by the way. Everyone, I'm on the wrong side of this because most people out there.
This is I'm getting
messages from friends. Yeah, like. I'm getting messages from really close friends saying that it's disgusting that I'm saying this because I'm promoting a Nazi. And what I'm saying to that person when they message me is, yeah, I get what you're saying, but you don't even understand the imagery that was used in that Butterflorman image. You know, he's not saying he's a Nazi. That's not what he's saying. He is suggesting that the people that follow him open their minds and think a little bit differently to what he thinks the government is doing. He is suggesting the government might be doing something a little bit sinister. He's asking people to open their eyes. And to me, I have to admit, I'm not a big Pete Evans fan when it comes to Conspiracy Pete, but I thought he was great on Channel 7. And I think people are going to still watch the show. And I also will add something on top of that. The type of people that want to deplatform people aren't the type of people that would ever watch I'm a Celebrity anyway. So shut up.
I am someone who would watch and has watched I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. And this is the first time I've ever felt someone shouldn't be on TV. And as I said, a couple of months ago, I was right in the thick of it on social media defending this guy, defending his right to have a voice. And I've done it on this program today, going up against Robbo, saying everyone has their right to sprout their views. I've been that guy. I am that guy. This guy's gone too far, Ben. He's dangerous. He is dangerous and he's influencing a lot of fans. And, you know, it's one thing when he's sprouting about vaccination and COVID not being real and all this kind of stuff. I don't know. Even that is, you know, but now he's going neo-Nazi symbolism. Come on, man.
Let's talk ratings. Let's talk about ratings then. Let's talk about it as in the dollars. Let's just think about it as in the dollars for Channel 10. Let's talk about it in the casting decision. You know, I think the ratings are going to be exactly the same, maybe a little bit better. I honestly don't think there's going to be this backlash that you're talking about. I think people are going to watch.
Maybe you're right. Maybe I'll watch. Maybe this will be the best PR for Pete, and we'll find him likable again because he is a likable guy. That you know, like.
But we haven't really touched the. We haven't got to this. I'm so sorry for jumping over the top of everyone. By the way, I'm fully annoying. But like, I would have loved when he was on the show with us. I would have really loved it if we had the opportunity to have explained the fractures that he has been discussing on social media. He never has unpacked that fully. I would love to sit there and have a conversation with him.
He spoke 20 minutes of bullshit because he got offended that I called him controversial. I mean, grow a pair, mate. You know, like, if you're going to do interviews, people are going to disagree with you. And I wasn't even having a go at him. This is the thing that blows my mind with him. I wasn't even having a go at him. But it came across that way.
It came across that way.
Not to everyone watching it. Maybe to poor little Pete, because nobody in his inner circle questions him. So he might, maybe the people around him are all yes men, and he's got this idea of himself. I'm not controversial. I'm seen as sane.
It's so dumb.
Please, it's time.
Any producer,
or maybe
any producer or presenter.
This is the last thing, because obviously this has gone on for a very long time, and we've got Chili Craft
Let Robbo speak, Ben.
So I think that's the thing.
Ben, let Robbo speak. Then I'll let you finish off.
All I'm saying is I think any producer or presenter worth their salt, any writer, any journalist, anyone who has to write about him or introduce him, it's obvious, and not even in a bad, clumsy writing way, it is obvious to call him controversial because he is controversial. We didn't just spend 15 minutes controversial. Like, it's
all right,
it's
Ben,
not offensive. Final
word. Let's wrap this up. I can hear people ringing the bells.
I just would say that I'm interested. I'm a weirdo, but I'm interested in listening to all people and being able to hear what they have to say. I'm not interested in shutting anyone down. I'm still, like, this has been a great discussion. My mind is just, I just don't know if I'm ready to say that Pete Evans shouldn't be on this show. That's what I'm trying to get to.
Fair enough, and that's completely fair enough, and that's why we have these discussions.
It's the Ben, Rob and Robbo, Ben, Rob and Robbo, Ben, Rob and Robbo Show.